Good day and welcome to Channel 42. I am your host, Fox Wild, and today I'm bringing you a video courtesy of Emily W. King on how a woman is totally unappreciative and disrespectful of her man. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours, see? This is what you need to do when you come home from work.
The disrespect and contempt that she has for her man is palpable. You can hear it in her voice. It's so blatant that she pretty much loathes the man and is very much considering herself the boss babe.
Just like I do every other night, okay? I know, he's gonna say, well, you should be cooking every night because I pay the bills, but guess what?
She flat out states that he pays the bills. He's providing everything for her.
Guess what, buddy? That's not how it's gonna work around here. You're gonna put in some extra work when you get home.
She literally sounds proud of the fact that she has her husband or her man cooking after he worked a 12-hour day. She's giving him this "I'm the boss of you" attitude, intending that this video be a tutorial to other women on how to treat your man. Let me be the first one to tell you that's not true. This would be better said to be a tutorial on how to lose a man than anything.
Why don't you go in there while I'm doing this?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
It is this level of disrespect and totally taking for granted the men of this nation that is the reason, the driving force behind why we as men have checked out. We're not approaching, we're not dating, because life's a lot better single without you than it is with you. That's something you may want to consider when you try to run over your man and lord over him. Because eventually, unless you have an absolute simp, which you're going to leave him anyways, you're going to end up against the wall, you gnarly ass mother, alone with your cats.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm cooking.
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're going to clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not going to do themselves, and I damn sure ain't going to do them. Not after the day that I had staying home all day. I'm stressed out.
He provides for, he pays the bills. She even admits this, that he pays the bills. Bills that she probably couldn't pay herself. She's very sure of herself that he's not going to leave. Why not? Because she's going to tell him he can't leave? Is that the delusion in her mind?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't even try to...
She has to make sure he's doing it correctly, because the man is just we can't we need a woman to guide us. Yet we built everything. Bear Grylls Island. Men are separated from the women. They're about to be evacuated because they're about to die, and the men, great weekend with the boys.
Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
And then she has the audacity to call it her kitchen, yet her nasty butt isn't in there doing the work in her kitchen. Because she's the boss. She's the authority in his life. She gonna tell him what he gotta do. Of course, it's another little aspect of this that she doesn't see, and a lot of women don't. It's only her kitchen as long as he says it's her kitchen. Because if he up and leaves, how's she going to pay for it? Then she won't have a kitchen.
Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
She's basically treating this man like he's her employee. And that's what a lot of women do today. They treat men like their sole obligation in life is to obey them and provide what they want to them. And we're just here as their employees.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm cooking.
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're gonna clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not gonna do themselves, and I damn sure ain't gonna do them. Not after the day that I had staying home all day. I'm stressed out.
Not after the day she had sitting around doing what? Making TikToks, doing nothing, being lazy. She was home all day alone and couldn't manage to make food for her man. She's frickin' lazy is what she is. She expects everything done for her. Now, all those dirty dishes in the sink that he apparently has to do because his boss, her, said so. Who created those dirty dishes? I'm going out on a limb here, but he was working 12 hours, right? Do you think those are all dishes she created because she was basically stuffing her face and not doing anything except, helping her bottom to get wider? This woman is a good candidate to run into that reinforced brick wall. And then she'll have to become a strong, independent woman because she won't have a man to provide for her and do everything for her, will she?
If you ever wondered what it would look like for a wife to completely hate her husband yet stay with him, this is it.
What Emily said is very true. It is a prime example of how wives show how much contempt and loathing they have for the man because they view themselves as being high value and considering, did I miss out on a better opportunity, in the delusions that they tell themselves. And if she continues this, she will have to get a job because Emily posted an update. The man left and basically told this woman that unless her attitude changed and she improved herself, he wasn't coming back. Thank you for watching Channel 42, and to get more content, please like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Thank you. The wall is coming crumbling down, and she's about to get pinned under a whole lot of bricks in the wall, and then she's going to have to fend for herself. That's what we call a rude awakening in life. Now he apparently just moved out. Maybe she'll get a taste of things.
I gave her a little adjustment on the top of the head. It was an attitude adjustment. I guess it was his first time.
Check out on Emily's page and see what else she's updated on this situation. But yeah, you can only push a man so far. 80% of divorces are filed by women in hetero marriages. Of the, between 52 and 55% of hetero marriages end in divorce. And of those, 80% are filed by women because they think the grass is greener on the other side. The rest are probably, the majority of them, let's say 95% of them, are filed by men who have had to live on the corner of the roof with a quarrelsome wife like this, who lords over him and says things like, I have to make sure you're doing it right. I'm monitoring the situation. Good luck going out to the clubs. Maybe you can try that speed dating and stuff. Of course, it'll be with a lot of other women. See, that's what a lot of these videos out there by women are. It's preaching this crap. All they're doing is helping you stay single, because if you act that way, men have wised up and they're moving away from the bitter boss babe type because of this crap. We don't want that. You could not survive in our workaday world. It's a lot rougher than you think it is. There's been posts by female executives who own their own company, and they have said either they won't hire women because they're too complicated and too difficult to work with. I saw another one where a woman said in her business she has to talk to the women differently than she talks to the men. Because you can go up to a man, and if he did something wrong, you could say, hey, you did this wrong, it's supposed to be this way, get it right, enough said. With a woman, she has to delicately say, well, you know, you're all right, you know, just when you did this, you know, if you'd have done it, you know, she has to dance around it and candy coat it. There's no crying in baseball. That's a man's life. There's no crying in baseball. That's from the movie League of Their Own. And that's a very strong point. As men, our feelings, nobody gives a rip about our feelings. What they give a rip about is that you take that constructive criticism, follow orders, and do the job right. If women in the workplace were treated like men, you'd reset to factory settings so fast you'd break time and land in the 1950s, just like June Cleaver. You'd have the bread baked, the house would be clean, and when your man walked in, you'd be handing him a martini or a beer and saying, how was your day, honey? How can I serve you? Because that's a lot better life than being a man out there. When I worked in a paper mill, yeah, it was a lot different being a man there. And we had to look out for the women. Had to protect them from that big nasty paper machine that could literally cut you in half if something went wrong. Equipment that the moment you disrespected it, yeah, you were pushing up daisies. And a lot of women learned that lesson the hard way. Got severely injured or worse. The workaday world of a man is very hard, and we deserve a little respect for it when we get home, because we are pushed to levels that the average woman isn't. We put in more hours, and you know, this pay gap stuff, that's bullcrap. And if you expect your man after 12 hours, and he looked like he was blue collar, to come home and do your work, and you're going to disrespect him like this woman was hers, that's a real fast way, babe, to end up without a man and having to do it all for yourself and turn into one of these biatches that post their videos, where have all the good men gone? Stop chasing bad boys. If you've got a man, start respecting him. That man is more than willing 80% of the time to stand beside you through all kinds of bullcrap. I had 13 years of marriage. My wife would come home with her latest tragedy, her latest problem, and she'd ask me what to do. She wouldn't like the real life, truthful answer. And she'd go out and do what I call taking a poll. She'd go out and ask all these other people, predominantly women, what she should do. I asked her one time, what's their vested interest in you? She said, well, they're my friends. That's not a vested interest. What happens to them if you take their advice and it doesn't go right? Well, they're my friends, they'd be sad for me. They'd feel, bad about it. Whoop-de-frelling-do. That's not a vested interest. The real world doesn't give a rip about your feelings. Feelings don't matter. I'm the one with the vested interest in her. If something goes wrong, it affects me directly. The advice I give her is going to incorporate me thinking about her personality, the type of person she is, her skills, her abilities, and what she's willing to do as well as what she can do. far better than anybody who more than likely is just giving her the first answer that hit their brain just to get her away from them. Treat your man with respect and he'll reciprocate it. Treat him like this woman, well, what kind of cat do you want? I'm Fox Wild. You can check out my video, Date Fox Wild, Hunting a Unicorn, if you're under the age of 21 or less. You're not over the age of 21. And the contact information is in there as far as to send an email to me. Follow the instructions. If you don't follow the instructions and it's not laid out right, I'm not going to read it. And I can delete it a lot faster than you can write it. That's all for this episode. Please like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Semper Fi, Semper Paratus. And as always, bubbles up.